Like I said after the game, that's a tough loss. You know, it's a team loss. We do win together, we lose together. You know, ultimately what you look for is on offense, it's your responsibility to outscore the other team. And on defense, it's your responsibility to hold them so we can win by at least 1 point. And then special teams has to help both the offense and the defense. We have to help set field position or change field position or keep the field position for both the offense and the defense. And we weren't able to get that done. And that's my responsibility. So it's my job to make sure we can execute and do all those 3 things. And we weren't able to do that. We are going to stay working at it. We're going to have a good attitude. We're going to come out and get better. Every team in America has adversity, and certainly we're going through that right now. And it will make us stronger, and it will make us better. But we're certainly going to keep a great attitude, a great work ethic, and our guys will come out and practice well tomorrow. We came in yesterday, watched all the video. Obviously, that's hard for some guys and some units. We did do some really good things, you know, on the field. Lamar, you know, was playing as well as anyone could ever play. The ability to, you know, throw for over 300 yards, rush for 180. Really liked what we got out of Reggie Bonifant. One of the things that you really work on, and we've got to do this on defense, is that, you know, on every play we always say there's either a hammer or a nail. You know, someone's either doing the hitting or being hit. And a few weeks back we addressed that with Reggie, and Reggie really finished runs. He snapped his hips. He was the guy doing the hitting when he ran with the football, and that was really good to see. And I think his confidence and his ability to hit the hole is what allowed him to make that long touchdown run. So, but we're not doing enough good things to win the game right now, and that's something that we've got to improve on. Obviously, we go play a really good football team. You know, Florida State has great tradition. They're struggling a little bit on offense because of their injury early in the year. We know their quarterback very well. He was here a couple years ago in our quarterback academy. He's a very talented young man, can really snap his wrist and throw the ball. And they have really good running backs. So we're going to be challenged again defensively. And they're always good on defense. When you watch them, they're mostly the same defensive front that we played against last year. Got their All-American safety back. And you know, we're going to have to go down there and execute and make plays. But our team will be excited to play on Saturday.
Bobby, there are 2 running backs. They're both pretty good. What gives you the confidence that you can make the changes defensively? Is there something you all will change?
I mean, we'll work on the game plan, you know, but we've got to work on our technique and our fundamentals too. Like I said, tackling, we've got to come in and be physical, shoot our hips, run our feet, get more guys to the football. You know, I think it's going to be really important here that we're able to set edges, because they like to run the outside zone play, and they do a really good job of it. And we've got to be able to set the edge and keep them inside.
As you watch the film, are the guys in position to make the plays or just not making them?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. You know, sometimes we're in position and we don't make them. Sometimes we're not in position. We've had some busts, you know. There were some really good series too, you know, in the first half, and we were doing a good job. I think we had 3 or 4 3-and-outs and some negative yards, and, you know, allowed us to get the early lead. But you got to play good defense when the game's on the line.
You said getting guys to the football a lot, which sounds simple. I mean, is that an awareness thing, getting off blocks, wanting it, and what exactly is that?
Just about everything you just said. You know, first and foremost, you got to shed blocks, and then you got to run full speed to the ball, and you have to understand, you know, what you're seeing, what the offensive scheme is. So it's about everything that you said. We've got to do a better job of shedding blocks and running full speed to the football, and really getting more guys around it. The more guys you get around the football, the better you tackle and the more turnovers you create. And that's something we've done well in the past, and we're just not getting it done right now.
Bobby, do you notice something during a game when maybe things start not going your all's way? Do guys maybe lose confidence at all? Do you ever notice that on the sideline with your players?
Yeah, you know, you saw it some in the last game, like when they had long drives and our defense was on the field for a long time. You know, they come off the field and their heads go down, and you know, that's where as coaches, it's our job to get them back up. And it's one of the reasons why I brought Coach Sermon out of the box onto the sideline, is to try to help with our confidence and our energy and our excitement.
Why didn't Seth Dawkins play Saturday?
Yeah, he was hurt.
What's up with that?
He was injured. He wasn't ready. He couldn't play. He was injured.
Looking at Blackman, Bobby, he's a talented guy, but obviously he's still trying to find his way as a freshman. Does he ever remind you of anything of Lamar's freshman year at all, or are they just two completely different guys?
Like I said, we had him at camp, and he has a really nice wrist, the way he snaps his wrist and the way the ball comes out of his hand. You know, he sets well, does a lot of really good things as a young quarterback.
Did the film make Saturday look better, worse? How does it change your perception of what happened Saturday once you review for it?
You know, I think when I broke it down offensively, we did some really good things. We showed some improvement. We showed some balance. You know, we didn't have any sacks. We had two running backs, or two runners over 100 yards, two receivers over 100 yards. We had tight ends catch the ball and make plays. They competed extremely hard in the fourth quarter and came back, you know, from a deficit and gave a chance to win. And like defensively, it was kind of a tale of, you know, first half, second half, because there was some really good things that showed up in the first half, but then they did in the second half.
Did it offer any clues as to what happened when we got up 21-7? Was there an effort thing? Was it a schematic thing? Did they make an adjustment? Any ideas?
Yeah, you know, what really flipped it in the first half was that punt return. You know, we didn't do a good job of covering it. We had a couple guys out of their lane and missed a tackle. You know, which if we pin them back there, then it's a long way for them to drive the ball. And then their quarterback made a great play. You know, he ran out of the pocket and cut back and broke a tackle. So it was, you know, they made plays too. You can't take anything away from them.
Dave Williams came out on that play and then didn't run the play because they reviewed, and I don't remember if he came back out and Reggie was playing well. Is his status good? Is Dave good to go?
He is good to go, yeah, and hopefully we'll see him and be able to use him this week. We had a package for him, and that was one of the short yardage goal line running, and then we ended up getting the touchdown. I think that's what it was. He was going to be out there in that personnel group, and then we got the touchdown from Kamari.
What other ways have you maybe challenged, like, your coaching staff after reviewing the film? Have there been any changes in how you address their preparation also for?
Yeah, we're working hard at it, and obviously, you know, like I said, right now we're not seeing the results that we want, but we do have a belief in how we prepare, how we practice, and it's been good. It's worked over time. So you have to stick to your beliefs and not you know, try to have quick fixes. It's about going out and doing things right on the practice field, doing things right in the meeting, and then carrying it over. You know, sometimes with young guys, it's harder to carry it over from the practice field to the game field, and for an extended period of time, you know, for 4 quarters. And we did have some guys that, you know, playing more reps than normal, and then that hurt us a little bit on special teams. So it's kind of a combination of just getting better.
As a coaching staff, is there anything that you guys say to the players to keep them up, you know, so there isn't a concern for a letdown as the season moves forward?
Yeah, you just really try to be honest with them, you know, and evaluate it and show it, and count on the guys that play with great effort and competed extremely hard in the fourth quarter that gave us a chance to, you know, become more vocal, be more leaders, you know, understand that the guys that didn't play as hard as they should have or make the plays when they had the opportunity, that you just got to keep working and get better at it. Like I said, every team in America goes through adversity. You know, there's other teams out there going through it right now. Green Bay Packers lost their quarterback. Clemson got beat. You know, that's part of what this game's supposed to teach young men. Is, you know, pretty soon football's over for them. Now, you know, they have adversity. The alarm clock goes off at 5 a.m. and they got to go to work, make money, take care of their kids. So that's what we're trying to show them, is that you stick to it, you believe in it, keep getting better, have a great work ethic, and show mental toughness.
I mean, do you think some of the things that you guys are playing with a lot of young guys, especially defensively, even in the secondary, you think some of the mistakes are that they're just not used to being on that stage and carrying it over from the practice field to the game field?
Yeah, some of it is we're not doing a great job of carrying it over, and I think fatigue played a little bit into it, both mentally and physically, because it is a lot of stress, and it was a very, very hot day, and it kind of worked out where we didn't keep the ball in the third quarter, and they pounded it in the third quarter, and made our defense stay on the field, and then in the fourth quarter we had the ball the whole time, so it was kind of a little bit different.
Did you see Avery having more of an increased role, and what kind of things can?
Yeah, we need him to. He needs to just make the commitment to really understand the schemes and not make mental errors. He's very, very talented. He's a good blocker. He's a really good receiver. You see the improvement on a weekly basis. He's running his routes full speed now. He's running after the catch. Even in last night's practice, he put great effort out there because we practiced the young guys on Sunday night. And I think he's just, if we can get him to understand, what the schemes are and the signals, it's just a lot for a young kid to learn. But he's really, really talented, and he's very competitive. I think that's one of the things I like about him, is he's a great competitor.
Bobby, Trace, it doesn't show up great, but the 2 runs were very important.
Yeah, they
5
were
yards
big runs
anytime.
for us, yeah. And, Trey's a tough, hard-nosed kid that's going to keep getting, more work. He had a good week of practice. We had a lot of confidence in both of those plays, and he did a really nice job of running them. He had to fight for one time, and the other time he was that close to breaking it for a long one. I think if he's a little bit more confident, he would have had his feet up and been able to break it for a long one. But he saw it, he stayed in the movement, and he did exactly what we asked him to.